Hi everyone, it is a beautiful, amazing day today. It's a Tuesday. It's starting to get really warm here, and I know I'm thinking of you guys in North America going into winter, and I just know how that feels. Um, because where I live, for most of the year, it's actually really cold. I would say 8 months of the year, it's really cold, and I've got to wear a jumper and jeans and jackets and all of that kind of stuff. So you might think, because I live in Australia, that it's hot all the time, and I can tell you, not where I live. So that's actually one thing that I wanted to talk about today was I had a question from Zoe about cravings for warm food. And she says, I'm wanting something warm and starchy. And I think I associate eating warm foods with a feeling of comfort. And I totally understand how you're feeling, Zoe. I know that in the beginning, particularly, that those feelings were really heightened because I was letting go of so many things. And particularly eating things like refined starches like flour and sugar products actually played havoc with my biochemistry such that I was having physical cravings for certain foods and constantly overeating on those foods because of that. Since letting go of those foods, that biochemistry has shifted a lot. And I can say that as long as I stay away from those particular foods, and I'm talking refined flour, refined sugar, so anything, cookies, baked goods, bread, pasta, all of those things um, actually change my brain chemistry. So if I stay away from those things and I focus on, you know, designing a meal plan that supports the ideal weight I want to be, um, that is supported around 3 meals a day, and not snacking in between, because part of my addiction, I guess, would love me just to eat all through the day whenever I'm hungry, um, or whenever I have a thought that I should eat. So that's something I don't do now, and I find that that really supports me in um, being the weight that I want to be and living the kind of life that I want to live, free of food obsession. So I feel like I'm going off track there, but just coming back to the starchy foods, the comfort foods. Um, so, when you're in transition, I don't think it's a problem to be eating starchy root vegetables. I think root vegetables, looking at all the research, are extremely health promoting. Um, some of the longest lived cultures in the world, in the blue zones, the Okinawans, the Tarahumara Indians, there's another tribe starting with V, the Hunza, all these different tribes. Often their diets are based around sweet potatoes. Um, so, you know, personally, I think getting your calories from raw fruits and vegetables is always going to give you peak energy, performance, and optimal nutrition, but including a little bit of sweet potato and starchy vegetables that are lightly steamed is really not going to break the bank. So if you need to eat those things, then by all means go for it. I would just try and limit them, perhaps to dinner, and just limit to a small portion that is filled out with a lovely, beautiful big salad, so that you're kind of crowding out the cooked food as much as you can. So that would be my recommendation. Um, but beyond that, I think a lot of our winter cravings are around rich, spicy, warming foods. And I think you can do a lot with just, even raw foods. Melissa Ramondi, who has a beautiful YouTube channel called Raw Food Romance, has some amazing recipes, and her recipes are some of the very best that I have found. She lives in Edmonton, Canada. I think that's how you say it. which apparently is very, very cold. I've not been there, but I'm told it is cold for most of the year round. And she does 100% raw all through the year, and she makes these incredible things like raw vegan chilies with all sorts of beautiful spices that are just lightly dehydrated to warm them up. So you can do an awful lot with raw foods, and I really invite you to check out some of her recipes. I have some of her recipes in my Fresh Start 90-day program, which some of you are a part of, and um, yeah, so, and I also have an interview, a special interview that she did with me for that program as well. Yeah, so I really recommend you check out her butter chicken raw vegan recipe and her raw vegan chili. They are seriously delicious, and they would be my big tips. Now, I had another question too from Vicky, who is a part of our Fresh Start 90-day program. And Vicky says, I noticed that you only eat a few foods at a few foods every day the same. Is there a reason for this? Um, so yes, there is a reason for that, Vicky. And I just want to show you my beautiful breakfast today. So today I have cucumbers. I would say half of my plate is cucumbers. So this is about 20 ounces, which is about 4 or 5 small Lebanese cucumbers. I have nectarines, because nectarines are in season, some oranges, and some mango. And I do keep my meals really simple. There are a few reasons for that. One is that when I make a plan for the day, it's much easier to actually write down a small amount of foods. Number two reason is that for digestion, eating, I would say 3 to 4 or less ingredients in your meal is absolutely optimal for your digestion. You will notice a huge difference if you just limit your meals to, I would say, 1 to 2 sweet fruits and a green vegetable. You'll feel much lighter and more energetic, and there are all sorts of health benefits that come with that. And the other reason is that I choose to eat in season. So I've been doing this for probably about 5.5 years now, and the more that I eat this way, the simpler and simpler that my food gets. And just naturally, I just don't really feel like making recipes anymore, because I can just make the most beautiful meal without doing anything like that. Now, when I eat seasonally, I'm getting the most amazing variety throughout the year. And I'm never getting bored because there's always some new fruit or vegetable coming into season. So at the moment, mangoes are in season and they're cheap. And so I'm buying them by the boxful. And I can ripen them beautifully. They're sweet and juicy. Cucumbers are also in season right now, so I'm buying them by the boxful because they're much cheaper. And cucumbers are actually a fruit. They're a non-sweet fruit. So a lot of people have asked me lately, wow, you pair cucumbers with all sorts of fruit, and I never would have thought of that combination. Actually, any green vegetable will pair really well with fruit. Any sweet fruit, any green vegetable. I cannot actually think of any sweet fruit that doesn't go well with lettuce, with spinach, with kale, with rocket or arugula, with spring onions, any herb. They all go beautifully with sweet fruit. Even banana. Well, if you think of the green smoothie phenomenon, well, that just makes sense. It's just sweet fruit and green vegetables. So I'm going to have my breakfast now. I'm getting really hungry. And this is about 500, a little over 500 calories. And yeah, I'm going to enjoy my meal. I hope you enjoy yours too. Please keep asking questions. I'm really enjoying doing these videos, and I think it's a great way to connect with you. So yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.